gonna get started on this. Always do fast text speed. That really doesn't matter. That really doesn't matter. Names at this point really don't. I like to keep the names pretty similar. Not doing this to speedrun it or anything. I'm doing this as just a casual play. This is probably one of my favorite games. One of the first games I really got. One of the first games that really got me into RPGs. Really, I started my RPG with the SNES, and mostly with this game, and then with Chrono Trigger and Final Fantasy IV and 6. So this is just kind of a childhood nostalgic game. I'm gonna try to in this stream. I'm gonna try to get all the way through Onett. We'll see what happens. But I have a lot of love for this series. It's a nice, quirky, fourth wall breaking. It was really my first game that I played. Excuse me. That did a lot of fourth wall breaking. That almost a game, almost Deadpool-like, to where it's aware of its own. It's aware of its own universe. So starts off all peaceful, and then a meteor hits. Just like any other morning. But I'm going to come in here. I'm going to get the cracked bat right off the bat. I'm going to go ahead and equip it. I'm not going to be really using it yet, but just to get that part out of the way. 1 second, guys, sorry. Okay. You could talk to a bunch of people, but I mean, all they really tell you is you shouldn't be out here, you shouldn't be out here, and really means nothing. You could also talk to your mom in the beginning and she makes you change over, which is just a massive waste of time. Because as you can see, we are accomplishing everything in the pajamas. Alright, so well, you have to talk with Pokey right there, who I guess you can say is a friend, question mark. Alright, so now we go home. Now we get the foreboding later that night. So we get this obnoxious knocking at the door. And lo and behold, it's Pokey. So Pokey was a genius and took his brother Picky to go to the meteorite. Well, now he can't find Piggy, and Pokey, not really caring about his brother, more caring about the fact that he doesn't want to get in trouble, is now concerned that he's lost his brother. I always take the dog in the beginning. And try to leave, and now we got phone dad. Our dad, we never actually technically meet our dad. Actually, we never actually meet our dad at all. He calls us, and basically he deposits the money that we make by defeating enemies and all that. He deposits that into our account, which is highly necessary because we be poor. Alright, Ness, I'm gonna need you to start taking charge here. There you go. Now, I want to try to maximize the encounters that I'm getting into. By maximize, basically, I want to fight dogs. I don't want to fight spiteful crows. Spiteful crows do a lot of things that can really screw you up. They have the highest evasion of at least the early game enemies. And they're not fun to fight, really. You want to see dogs and not crows or snakes. Let's just say it's one fight, and it would take a battle with a crow and a battle with a snake to capitalize on the equal amount of experience that the dog gives you. Okay, again, like I said, I don't want anything. Snakes, that's what we want. Snakes also have a random chance to, I think they have these ones might not be able to poison. That would be kind of jacked up if they do that this early in the game. Alright. There we go. So, the police aren't here, and Pokey was stating that they the Sharks, which is a local gang, started causing a lot of ruckus. You'll learn a little bit more about like why all of a sudden everything's starting to go to crap, and why everything's starting to just attack and do all these different things. That's not good, but in summary, it all started with this meteor. It started with this meteorite. Sure, fine, we'll fight you. There's just not much to the snakes. That's a good level. Okay, so I usually try to get to level 4, level 5 around this part. Okay, well, he got a surprise attack on us. There is a dog up there, and I probably could have charged both of them. Alright, see, now Ness is really starting to get some beef behind his swing, so the Dogs have 21 HP, and accuracy is a garbage. Accuracy is garbage at this juncture of the game. But for those of y'all who may be watching or are used to watching people do speedruns of this, this is a casual play, just kind of screwing around a little bit. I'm gonna play through the whole game, obviously not today, but I eventually want to learn the speed tech for this game. I need to get back into the swing of playing it and getting used to it and get more intricately connected to it. More intimate, there's the word. Alright, so that's like Gatekeeper Crow up there, so. I'm gonna say I've never had this bad at accuracy. I'll take the bread roll though. Clutch bread roll. You won't see me in this game grind a ton. There's certain areas where I'll sit and grind, and it's usually once I get a new character. Like, I'll do another major grinding session when I get to Tucson. But for the most part, I'm going to keep... For the most part, I do some grinds, and then... I do some grinds basically so I don't have to grind later. So I can kind of just get to some of the bosses and some of the major fights in this game. And kind of breeze my way through it. Okay. I'm trying to gain all the levels now, because once I actually get up to the meteor, you cannot there will be no more encounters for the rest of this little area. So, as I said, I'm trying to capitalize on those as much as possible. I need 6 more experience, so either way, as long as I'm not fighting snakes, I'm looking at about 2 more fights. Yeah, I'm going to be kind of working on 2 series at a time. I got this one going, and then I got a Dark Souls one as well. Dark Souls 3 one, and then I'm doing that's a projectile only, which is my first kind of attempt at that. I've never done a projectile only run, but I mean, it's pretty cool. But we're gonna focus on this one right now. Then I'll probably do that stream a little bit later. One more dog. There we go. I'm not too worried about my health. And we'll get into a reason about that right now. It's funny with the level up on the in particular stat. If you always see where it says like, "Oh baby," that means it gained a major level up. And I'm sitting at 480, 48 health at this point, so it's not bad. It's pretty good. All right, our grind session is over. Now we lose our buddy. Now we found Piggy. Alright, now we get the MVP of the game. This is Buzz Buzz. He is a bee. He is a bug that is sent back to the past from the future to kind of tell Ness of his destiny, of his future, and like this prophecy about him and three other characters that we have yet to meet. Basically came back because this meteorite, and then you're dealing with Gygus. Well, Gygus is the big baddie of the whole game, and basically, as he's described in this game, he is evil incarnate. His mind has scattered so much to where it's just all his evil desires and intentions are just going out of control and infecting all those around him, whether it be animals, whether it be people, and that's why we have battles. That's why we have the different things that try to attack us, because they are under Gygus' influence. And now we have our first boss fight, I would say. This boss fight is a cakewalk, and you could breeze through it. Is you just basically hit auto fight and just let Buzz Buzz do everything. Because there's no way you can actually compete with the Starman at this point. You can do damage to him, but see, Buzz Buzz does 120 something damage per hit. But see, Buzz Buzz is doing a shield Sigma, which reason is because of this right here. Sci-Fire B is a mid-range fire psychic ability that will absolutely demolish you if you get hit by it at this point. I think its damage range is anywhere from 80 to 150 damage roll, so it hurts. And without Buzz Buzz, basically how they're describing Gygus is the fact that anybody who has evil intentions is the evil that he is permeating throughout himself is so strong that it's causing people to act on those evil intentions and just desires and instincts and all that. So, well, now we meet Pokey and Piggy's parents, and they are basically snobs. And she's also a jerk because she just killed the MVP. She killed the MVP of this whole game. So now he's gonna talk to us his last breaths. Telling us that we have to go to these 8 points, which are called the My Sanctuary locations. If you're familiar with the Mother series, there's usually 8 points that you have to go to. In Mother 3, it's needles that you have to pull out. In Mother 1, it's 8 different locations. But you get the Soundstone. Now, in the middle of this whole thing, you're used to saying yes as the first answer to continue on with the text and all that. So now we're off on our adventure. Our house up here. This guy's a little camera picture guy. He, at different points in the game, will take a picture. It's funny because the only person who ever poses in these pictures is Ness. The other 3 just look awkwardly as this guy just kind of comes down and takes a picture. But the importance of coming here is you could talk, instead of paying for, especially while you're in Onett, instead of paying for a hotel to heal up fully, you can just go talk to your mom, and she will heal you. She will help you out. So now we're going to head into town. And remember when Pokey was talking about the gang, the ruffians that have caused trouble and why the police are having issues with them? That's kind of what we're talking about now. We have to go deal with them because we can't go anywhere while they are causing trouble. You can talk to the mayor and basically like, hey, you can go deal with those ruffians. And so anybody you talk to is basically like, look, we're going to help you only if you take care of this problem that we have. So now we're at the point to where we can one-hit the snakes. So the snakes are no problem. Eventually we'll get to the part to where the snakes just decide to run away. I'm going to get the map just because I'm not confident in my abilities to navigate at certain points. So that's just a precautionary thing of let's see, let's get this hamburger. Get a burger shop, you could buy burgers there. And hamburgers at this point are the god healing item, so now we can buy the T-ball bat. And the baseball cap. They don't have enough right now for the cheap bracelet. The bracelets are pretty pricey, no matter where you're at. So now we got the sharks, and you want to try to isolate them. Which it didn't work that time. So this is potential. Okay, we got good luck on that one. Now these guys have horrible, the pogo guys have horrible accuracy when they're charging forward, which is good. So we dodged a bullet with that one. They give a good amount of experience. we won't be grinding here too long. Okay. As you can see, the police are blocking off the exit to Onett, so we're basically, no matter what, we're stuck here anyway. So, might as well take care of the local ruffian. It's a good level up. So the level up you want to see at this point is you want to be at 60 health. A spiteful crow just chilling down there. But basically the sharks are anywhere, because eventually we're going to go talk with Frankie over there. And Frankie's the first real challenging. Frankie's the first real challenge in this game, because he can do a lot of damage. Because he does a lot of damage. Which is why you want to kind of level up. You want to get these level ups, and they are being really nice and generous with the hamburger, so I appreciate that. So there's that. So I took care of those encounters in there. Probably gonna grind for one more level out here. Because right now I'm sitting at level 5. Yeah. I'm being generous with the encounters. Interesting. You can normally tell the encounters because the game will kind of lag a little bit because of all the... They're being really generous on the encounters. That's crazy. Okay, so let's go up here. Let's walk around up here for a second. See if we got enough. There we go. There you go. Now we can get the cheat bracelet. That makes a world of difference for the defense of 14 at this point is really key. That's about full. I'm not gonna waste the hamburgers on that. Hamburgers I'm gonna need for Frankie. So, I mean, we're kind of at the point where we could take Frankie on. Yeah. Missing what, 1 health? Yeah, we got this. We got hamburgers, we're good. But that's what you want to see from Frankie. That's what you don't want to see from Frankie right there, is brandishing of the knife. That will... You want to see him saying something nasty, because that just lowers your guts. And there we go. And that's Frankie. 50 experience. So now we got this right here. We need to heal first. It's going to generate a burst of steam. This is basically wash, rinse, repeat. And Thermostat generator burst of steam. You want to attack him, and then immediately on the next turn defend because he's charging up. And if you don't defend, you're playing Russian roulette here because he will. Okay, I've never had him do that. Jeez, he's really angry. That's what we want to see. Ooh. So. That was an interesting encounter because the last time I fought him, all he did was throw punches, so it was just wash, rinse, repeat. I never had him tear into me that much. That's crazy. But I mean, that stuff happens. What can you do at this point? Oh well. The Spiteful Crow, you can kind of get around a little bit. We're going to go to the burger shop and we're going to buy some burgers. These things are helpful, but I've never been to a place where a hamburger is $14. Outside of a really, really expensive restaurant, so. Okay, I was starting to wonder if these guys just don't even spawn anymore. Okay, now. Okay, you want to see a miss. You want to get rid of the skate punk. And get rid of the skate punk because he calls for allies. There we go. You do not want to let him call allies because this thing could go on forever. Come on. Okay, so this is a good fight, actually. Okay, so it was one of those I win because he would have had to hit me twice with a strong attack. Offense, guts, maximum HP. It's not a huge level up, but it is definitely more than what I had. So it gives you a little bit more offense. Let's see if we can get this right. Didn't want to see that. Yeah, that's what we want to see. Okay, he tore into me twice, so... So now we've kind of taken care of the sharks, so... Now we gotta go talk to the mayor. In typical politician fashion, said, things get hairy. Don't blame me. I'm not held accountable for anything that happens. Da da da. Whole harmless agreement. So let's go over there to Giant Step. Okay, so we are sitting at level 6 right now. We will be doing some grinding in this place. We want to be a certain level by the end of this. Okay, now these guys are interesting because they either miss, do 1 damage, or they will smash you for about 13, 14 something damage. It's crazy. And there it is. And they will chain them off. But normally I'm like level 10 or 11 when I leave this place. You normally don't want to stick around for these ones just because at this point these guys hit like a truck and I might end up, yeah. Oh, still a chance. Nope. Yep. So that's the chance you run with this. You have to get to a certain level in order to be able to get your first real power move. Once you get that move, the grinding is insanely easier. Anyone asking you died, you have full health while you're talking with your mother. Well, thing for my psychic points. But yeah, this is the last real major obstacle before getting out of Onett. So hopefully this doesn't take too long. Hopefully the grinding process doesn't take too long. 2 more levels, and I have, or 2 more battles with the Rowdy Mouse. Now I have my full psychic points, so I'm trying to remember. I should get a good level up on HP this next level. So we'll see. It's either this one level or the next one. You can almost predict kind of the intervals in which you're going to get HP. Yeah, you want to see the Rowdy Mouse. The Antoids at this point are, you want to see either Rowdy Mouse or you want to see the Slugs. The Slugs are easy. You don't want to see the Antoids until you get your first real powerful psychic move. Once you get that move, then you want to see, it doesn't matter who you face, Antoids or anything, you'll take any of them. Because you'll be able to do enough damage to end them. I didn't want to see that. That was good. Another good thing is my offense went up. Yep, good level up. And then so the next level up will be, his special move. Now, see, Ness is an interesting one because he learns probably some of the strongest psychic moves in the game, but he doesn't learn many. He doesn't learn many moves, but the moves he does learn are broken, like completely power broken. You got 2 other characters that learn psychic abilities, and theirs are insanely strong. They're more versatile. You'll take one Antoid right now. Antoids just hit pretty good. Antoids hit pretty solid, and at this juncture, it takes 2 attacks from me to be able to beat them. And they drop cookies. Okay, so this was useless. But you want to mostly see. Hopefully these are slugs. Yes. Slugs I can handle. They don't do hardly anything. And they give you a good amount of experience, so it's extremely worth it to fight the slugs. It is not worth it to fight the Antoids until, if you're looking at capitalizing as far as battles and experience, Antoids are what you don't want to see. Lo and behold, that's what we see. And they're not going to give me any chance. Ah! I mean, I just screwed myself there. Let's try this out and see how it works out. Oh, that didn't work. we'll take that. Alright, we survived. It was looking dicey there for a second, but we survived. And things just got real. And this is how we're going to break the rest of this level. Alright, we'll take 2 riding mouse. The only thing that can really hurt my disadvantage is crits. Dead. There we go. That move just proved its usefulness right off the bat. Alright, we're going to keep the cold remedy, not for this area, but for an area in the future where that's going to be where cold is going to be a status ailment that is going to be a real pain in the butt to deal with. So we're going to capitalize on the magic butterflies, kind of renew or get all fixed up. This boss isn't a terribly... The boss of this area is not a terribly hard one. You just want to make sure you go in fully prepared. So it looks like we are good. Yep. So now we can kind of camp around this area. Alright, we got antoids. So. You might be wondering, why Psy Hammer? Well, that way every time you do it, I can literally get away with saying it's hammer time. Okay, so we got a little bit more experience to go. Now the boss of this area gives a ton of experience. Now, I'm not guaranteed to kill those in one hit, which is why I can't just do what I did with the snakes earlier. That means these are slugs. Oh, never mind. Getting some good damage rolls. All they tell you in the description of that particular move is that it has a chance to hit, or it does around 50 damage. And so when I'm getting it rolling at a clip of 60, 70 per use, that's a good roll, and not even 80, 90. I think I got a 110 on one of them, which is great. I'll take those all day long. See, now I'm starting to bend it. Now I'm starting to get a lot of speed, so there we go. And Ness came out to play. Good level up on HP, good level up on psychic points as well. And go out here and make use of our friend the magical butterfly. You just have to spawn them. You always get them coming from this direction. I don't know what it is about that particular direction, but you always get them. So now we're sitting at 90 health, and normally I like to be at about 100, 105 when I leave here, so that's about 2 more levels. And how much are we looking at on experience? About now we're starting to be able to tear into things. That was an Antoid. Interesting. Really? He got his money's worth. See, most of these guys now I could challenge them and beat them in one hit, so. Kind of makes the process of doing these last two levels good damage roll again. Ish damage roll. That was a normal damage roll, so kind of expect those more than you expect the higher ones. Kind of crazy I haven't ran into as many slugs. Then you get the overachieving damage roll of 100. You'll get to a point where Ness's side moves kind of fall off a little bit because he doesn't learn a bit. He doesn't get hit because he'll have a time where he doesn't learn much of anything as far as side moves. So that iframe thing happening again, where his iframe ended up eating me. Okay. So let's go out here. Sitting at 188 till next level. I thought that would have spawned one. There we go. Normally get more enemies than what I've been getting, so this is a little interesting. On level, is it 9? 9 right now. If it wasn't for those 2 deaths, I'd actually be doing pretty good. There we go. We'll get 2 Antoids. Trying to encounter the slug battles. But it seems like no slugs want to come and play. Trying to remember which one I get at that point. Whack. Why am I not using auto battle? Jeez. Let's heal. I once got a battle with 6 of them, so it's just slugs end up giving you a good amount. Sure, we'll use this one. Getting really good damage rolls with this. I kind of don't want to say anything for fear of jinxing it. Last time I played this game, I felt like I did nothing but die quickly. Here we go. Oh, we're getting there. So 213. So we are just about finished with the grind. Big level up right there. There we go. Now we're at our 105. Ooh. Might just have to go out and use another. Yeah, because I need the stream's going to be a little bit longer than what I originally anticipated, but I mean, figures now they're starting to come out. Basically, you get past these early parts. You get past these early parts of this game, and the rest of it's almost clear sailing. I feel really dumb. There's a Titanic ant right here. And we've made it. Good damage roll on the ant. That's a good damage roll. So we'll take all those. There we go. Ah! There we go. That's the one I need. Learn Shield Alpha. Now our first My Sanctuary location. A small cute pit. What you'll see through the rest of this is the fact that every time Ness is on a My Sanctuary location, he starts seeing memories of himself and his life are recalled back to him. So he sees a memory of a little puppy. That is your dog. That is King. Why do these things aren't in surprise? I don't know. Oh, there's two of them. We got one deal of business to take care of, and then Onett is behind us. Missed your opportunity there, Ness. You see now his attack. We're now breaking these guys. So, and you notice how they're all starting to run away now. It's once you beat the My Sanctuary location boss, then all the enemies will start running for their lives. Basically, you beat the big bad boss, so they feel we can't even compete with this guy. Alright, so status 880 something until next level. I don't think we really have to. Let's save that experience to the last. I keep hitting that button. Okay. Alright. Police chief down, or not police chief, but the officer down there, kind of foreshadowing what's next. Now you have to answer. Now you have to answer to the police. Because even though the mayor gave us a key, it still said no trespassing. And these guys are giving me cookies for days. So still amazed at the lack of. That was the one bad damage roll we've gotten this whole time, so that's not too bad. So we've gotten a decent amount of experience. So now we're gonna go deal with the next part of this adventure, and then that'll bring us to our next area. Okay, so that thing almost flew right back into my path. The spiteful crows, sometimes they'll run, sometimes they won't. It's really interesting how they do that, but I'm gonna go heal for free because I don't feel like going to the inn or the hotel. Never figured that out. Why go to the hotel when you could lodge for free because your house is right here? We're getting a message, a telepathic message from Paula, this is our first real contact with Paula, and not as far as mention of who she is. We just know that this girl is trying to get a hold of us. Don't know why at this point. The more you sleep, the more you do in this first area as far as sleeping, especially after the My Sanctuary location. Before you get her, she will contact you and add more to the message, basically telling you. She'll slowly give away like the location of where she's at. You can easily piece together where she's at. It doesn't take much, but it's a nice little thing that the game kind of incorporated that in there as well. Like, okay, I got a good amount of money. I'm gonna take 60 out, so I can go do. So I can buy some burgers. Burgers are the backup healing strat for the. Just in case. Oh, and I have cookies for days. dropping the cookies because the cookies heal 6. Burgers heal 34-ish. That's the negative part about fighting the Antoids. Ah! Let me just botch that. Get one more. Now we gotta go to the police station. Just right over here. So you mentioned that you want to go to Tucson. Now you gotta fight the police force. Which is why we got the hamburgers, because things can go south in a hurry unless Ness decides to smash everything. And they give hamburgers sometimes, but it's not guaranteed drop. Bad damage roll. There we go. You probably only have like 1 health left. Okay, so nuclear suplex attack. Yeah. And now we're gonna fight. No, we'll look at one more. And he basically taps out. So now you gotta talk with. Now you have to face Captain Strong here. Captain Strong has a variety of different attacks. You want to make full use of this right here. There you go. Easy. Easy as pie. And I got a level up out of it. Cool. So now we can go to Tucson. And this will be... so you got little Antoids and lag. Lag is the big problem through here. Okay. The mushrooms give a good amount of experience, but they also are... They also do the status effect that I'm not too fond of. So if you can get the mushrooms down in one hit, that's good because they. I'll take the hamburger because why not? A lot of mushrooms. Normally don't have that many mushrooms. They have 60 health, so if you get about 60 health, so if you get a good 61 hit, man, there you go. Alright, so now we're in Tucson. We've made it. And the reason I didn't want to stay at hotels in the first place is because of the fact that it's $50. Let's pull out 1,000. So now I'm gonna sit here, stay at the hotel so I can recover. Call Dad. Okay. So this is where I'm gonna wrap up this stream. Thank you all who joined. Thank you all who are watching. Later tonight I'll probably do work on my Dark Souls 3 run, my projectile only run. Want to watch that? Probably be doing it probably around 8 o'clock tonight. So if you're interested in that one, come join me. Any of the videos that I do here, any of the gameplays that I do, I'm recording these. I'm setting them up on YouTube, so you can go check out my YouTube channel. Just started it up. Only been up for about 2 days, but I have the first 3 things for my Dark Souls playthrough, my Dark Souls 3 playthrough, up there. YouTube channel is Raven, capital RAVEN, space effect EFFECT 176, and you can find those videos there. Thank you for joining me. Have a good day. Until next time, join me later tonight.